When we meditate on Psalms 63, a psalm written during the most difficult time of David's life, you see, that was the time when David was going through a storm within his family. His own son was out to kill him. David was going through a turmoil on the inside. He's lost his kingdom, he's lost his family, he's lost his luxury. Everything is shaken around David. But one of the things that David confesses, even in that calamity, in Psalm 63, verse 7, it says, "For you have been my help, and in the shadow of your wings I will sing for joy." You see, David is declaring what God has been, what God will be. You see, David had confidence in God. He knew what his God was able to do. And one of the things he declares is, "God, you have been my help." That's it. That's final. Nothing can change that. The storm cannot change that. You know, one of the things you and I need to understand is no matter what you're facing, the fact, the truth always remains that God is always been there for us. God's help has always been there for us. That's the truth. That's the fact. Don't let the storm that you're facing right now change the truth, change the facts. And another thing we see about what David does, knowing what God has been for him, that God has been his help, what David says, very next verse he says, "And in the shadow of your wings I will sing for joy." That means I'm not going to let the storm dictate my joy or tell me how to live. I'm going to dwell in you. I'm going to be in your presence, and I'm going to sing for joy. So we see two things. One is the truth. What? That God is our help. No matter what the storm is, no matter what you're facing right now, the truth is always the same, that He is my help. And the second important fact is, knowing that He is our help, we need to always sing for joy in His presence. You see, it's in His presence that the river flows, life flows, healing flows, deliverance flows. So David clearly declares, "In your presence, under the shadow of your wings, I will sing for joy." You see, David, in his difficult times, keeps declaring, reminding himself, God is my help. And what I will do is, I will rejoice. I will sing for joy in the presence of God. I will not focus in the storm. I will not be dwelling or meditating on the storm, but I will do or meditate on my God. I will dwell in the presence of my God, because that's where my help comes from. I want you to realize, don't get overwhelmed by the storm right now. Know for sure your help comes from the Lord, and it comes not just flows, it comes constantly, not just happens one-off, but He's always been our help. And because He's always been our help, with confidence in His presence, we can sing for joy. That means we will not meditate on what's happening. We will meditate on God, dwell in God, grow in God, rejoice in God, because the storm is temporary. Our God is forever. So next time you're facing your calamity or crisis, look at the storm and remind yourself, God is my help. I'm going to rejoice. Even in the storm, I'm going to rejoice, because His help is always constant. God bless you.